Chosen one, you're winning. On October 10th, listen, even before you opened your eyes this morning, a shift had already taken place in the spiritual atmosphere. The calendar may show October 10th, but in the realm where destinies are shaped, victories are written in unseen ink long before they manifest. And today, chosen one, is not just a regular day, it is a marked moment, stamped by divine authority as your winning day. There is something moving in the realm of the unseen, something that has been prepared for you, cultivated through your endurance, refined through your pain. And now it rises, not as a concept, but as a divine reality you are walking into. Listen, because every step you take today echoes louder than the noise around you. Every breath you take is inhaling the wind of a victorious prophecy. This is not just a message to be heard, it's a vibration to be felt. And right now, the universe itself is responding to the light surging from your spirit. Watch this message until the very end, and in the comments write your warmest wishes and type the number 777. A sacred signal, a universal code that aligns your vision with manifestation. This is your moment of intention. This is the instant you energize the field around you with your divine spark. Wishes are not weak desires. They are electric affirmations, prayers with passion, fuel for God's plan in motion. Now, chosen one, press the hype button under the video and like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. You didn't come to this moment by accident. October 10th was always going to be a line in your story, but not just any line, but the one where the plot pivots. This is the kind of day where the delay breaks, the kind of hour where the drought ends, the kind of second where silence is shattered by the sound of breakthrough. Listen carefully, because what you're hearing right now is not just encouragement, it is a sacred announcement from God's throne to your heart. You are winning, and not in vague or invisible ways, in real, measurable, undeniable ways, in ways the enemy can't reverse, in ways the world must recognize. You've been tested in silence, pushed in the dark, wounded where no one saw you bleed. But God saw, God recorded every moment, every time you kept going, every time you refused to give up. And October 10th has arrived as a reward written in heaven's calendar. A reward not just for your strength, but for your faith, your obedience, your quiet yes in seasons of noise. This is the divine nod, the moment of honor from God Himself. And it will be felt, not just in whispers, but in waves. Chosen one, your name is being whispered in places you haven't stepped into yet. But the doors are opening. The favor is being dispatched. The announcement has been made in heavenly courts. It's time. That's why your spirit has felt uneasy lately, like something was approaching, something large, something sacred. That pressure, it's the contraction before the birth. That tension, it's the signal before the release. And that voice deep within you, the one that kept saying, "Hold on, just a little longer." That was God, whispering from beyond the veil, preparing you for October 10th, the date of the rise, the date of reversal, the date when delay becomes delivery. Stay with this message. Don't rush. Let the vibration move through your being. Let the rhythm of heaven find a home inside your chest. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are right on time. This moment was built for you. Everything is aligning. Everything is moving. And even now, the winds are shifting in your favor. You may not see the full picture yet, but you're holding the brush. And heaven just handed you the final colors to complete the masterpiece of your becoming. There is something different in the air today, something that defies logic and bends reality in your favor. October 10th was never random. It was orchestrated, designed, and sealed by a higher intelligence. God has marked this day as a celebration of your resilience. There's no turning back now. The tides have turned. The weight of past seasons is lifting off your shoulders like mist evaporating in morning light. This is not merely a day, it's a divine transition. The gates that once stayed shut are now swinging wide open, not because of force, but because you've carried the key all along. Endurance. Your endurance did not go unnoticed. The nights of isolation, the days of confusion, the hours where you cried in secret and kept showing up anyway, they were not in vain. October 10th arrives not to comfort you with cliches, but to crown you with results. You have crossed into a new field, chosen one. And in this field, what was once delayed will now be delivered without resistance. This is a field where your seeds begin to sprout in full bloom, not because time has passed, but because your time has come. And God is the one sounding the trumpet. Do you feel it? That inner knowing that doesn't need external validation? That fire in your bones that won't be quiet anymore? That's the evidence of a spiritual shift. You're no longer asking if it's real. You're living in the proof. Today is saturated with answered prayers. And even now, in ways unseen, heaven is rerouting resources, repositioning players, and rewriting timelines in your favor. What used to be obstacles will become stepping stones. What used to delay you will now declare your name. And what once felt heavy is now being carried by angels. Chosen one, pause for a moment and breathe. Let this truth anchor in your soul. You are not just surviving October 10th, you are winning it. Your footsteps today are prophetic. Your silence is powerful. Your energy is magnetic. God is in the details. Every little sign, every whisper of alignment, every sudden inspiration is a divine breadcrumb leading you forward. This day is laced with signs for you to follow. Stay aware, stay open, because in moments that seem ordinary, miracles will unfold. The universe is responding to the frequency you're carrying. You've been upgraded without announcement, elevated without permission. And now, you're about to see how divine favor behaves when it's unrestricted. This kind of favor doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't knock politely. It enters boldly. That's what's happening for you now, a bold entrance of everything that was once held back. Not as a trickle, but as a flood. Not as a whisper, but as a roar. The release is real. The breakthrough is active. And God is smiling on your rise. Let your spirit hear what your ears cannot. The sound of chains breaking. The sound of your name being spoken in rooms you haven't entered. The sound of closed doors unlocking. The sound of time bending so that what should have taken years now only needs days. God doesn't operate on human timelines. He overrides them. And on October 10th, your timeline is being rewritten. This day carries an override, a divine update, and your soul already knows it. That's why you've been feeling different, because something different is finally happening for you. There is no need to chase anymore. The harvest is chasing you. You've attracted it through alignment, not anxiety. Through clarity, not chaos. Through surrender, not striving. That's what this day is rewarding. Not performance, but purpose. Not noise, but knowing. And what's coming to you now cannot be blocked, mocked, or stolen, because it's been tailor-made for your journey, assigned to your fingerprint, sealed by the breath of God Himself. This isn't the climax. It's the beginning of your winning season. The gates are opening. The light is rising. The promise is becoming real. Listen closely. Listen with your soul. This is the whisper before the whirlwind, the silence before the spotlight. You are not waiting for the win. You are in it, and the rest of the world is about to see what God saw in you all along. There is a frequency that only the chosen ones can hear. It doesn't come from the noise of the world or the pressure of society. It comes from within, from the pulse of purpose that has been beating in you since the beginning. Today, October 10th, amplifies that frequency. It's like the volume has been turned up in the spirit realm, and what you used to sense as a whisper now resounds as a clear instruction. Step into it. It's time you've been waiting for confirmation, and this is it. This is the moment when heaven leans in and says, "Yes, this one, this child, this vessel. This time, there's a wind behind you now, not a wind of resistance, but a wind of propulsion. You are being pushed into alignment with acceleration. The things that took others decades will happen for you in record time, not because you are lucky, but because you are chosen. There's a path carved out for you, one that bends around delay and cuts through confusion. And God is guiding your every move. Even when you think you're standing still, you're being moved by divine orchestration. Today, you are walking in sync with something far greater than logic. Chosen one, your presence carries weight now. You may not feel it, but others do. The atmosphere shifts when you walk into rooms. The energy tilts when your voice is heard. You are not who you were even a week ago. On October 10th, the veil has lifted, and a greater measure of authority has been placed upon your life. It's not loud or flashy. It's subtle, sacred, and unstoppable. This is the kind of authority that doesn't need to prove itself. It simply is, and it's this invisible power that is now guiding you into visible victory. You may still have questions, you may still feel unqualified, but none of that disqualifies what's already been sealed. The win was decided before the war ever began. You are not trying to earn it, you're simply walking into what's already been written. And as you do, things will fall off, people will fall away. Paths will close so that better ones open. That's not loss, that's alignment. God isn't punishing you with separation. He's protecting you with precision. Because where you're going, not everything and everyone can follow. You are being refined for royalty, molded for miracles, trained for triumph. October 10th isn't just a portal, it's a coronation. And though you may not see the crown yet, your spirit is already wearing it. That's why the world has been trying so hard to distract you, to shake you, to delay you. Because the enemy saw the appointment long before you believed it. But guess what? You made it anyway. You're here. And that means nothing can stop what God is releasing in your life. The gates are open. The inheritance is active. Chosen one, the terrain you're walking now is sacred. Don't rush it. Don't doubt it. Walk slowly if you must, but walk with reverence. Because these moments, these divine alignments, they don't just happen. They're constructed, engineered in the unseen, and delivered to the faithful. And you are the faithful. Not perfect, not always certain, but faithful. And that is enough. That has always been enough. Heaven is not waiting for your perfection, only your presence. And now that you've shown up, the next chapter begins. Listen with your soul, not just your ears. The signs will speak in silence. The confirmations will come in coincidences. The breakthrough will arrive in disguise. But make no mistake, it is here. October 10th is not just your day of winning. It is your day of recognizing the win. It's already been delivered. Now it's your job to receive it. And with every breath you take, you are getting closer to the full unveiling. The future is no longer ahead of you, it's inside you. And it's glowing brighter with every moment you embrace this divine truth. What does it mean to truly win, chosen one? Is it applause from the world, or is it alignment with the divine? Is it recognition from people, or realization from God? Today, you are being shown the difference. October 10th is not just a day of reward, it is a revelation. You are seeing what you could not see before. You are hearing what you used to miss. You are feeling what others ignore. And all of it is evidence that the divine eye is on you, not watching to judge, but watching to bless. There are moments when you realize the victory wasn't in the outcome, but in the survival. You lived through things that were designed to break you. You made it through fire that should have burned you. You kept walking through valleys that echoed with the voices of fear, and still, you never surrendered your soul. That is the real win. And now that you've proven your spirit can outlast the storm, God is ready to reward you in ways no man can measure. You didn't beg for approval. You didn't perform for validation. You stayed true. And now, heaven responds. October 10th is a coded moment in time, a divine intersection, a scheduled alignment between your obedience and God's outpouring. You may not even know how much has shifted already. But trust, there are things moving behind the veil, things being rearranged in the unseen so they can appear suddenly in the seen. You've entered the dimension of divine reversals. What looked like a loss will now become legacy. What looked like delay will now unlock destiny. What felt like rejection was really redirection. And the proof is already finding you. This isn't fantasy. This is faith turned into fact. This is what happens when the spiritual realm finally collides with the physical. That sound you hear in your spirit, it's the gates opening. That heaviness lifting from your chest, it's the weight of waiting falling off. That inner stillness rising within you, it's divine confirmation. This is real. This is now. You are not dreaming. You are dwelling in prophecy. You are walking inside a moment that heaven pre-authored, long before you had the strength to believe you deserved it. And that's the miracle. Not that things are changing, but that you have changed. You are no longer hoping with hesitation. You are knowing with certainty. You've crossed into a realm where doubt cannot follow you, where fear loses its grip, where shadows no longer intimidate you. Why? Because you've seen too much, felt too much, lost too much, and still remained. And that kind of faith has a frequency. It moves mountains without a sound. It changes rooms without speaking a word. It shifts timelines simply by showing up in truth. God didn't just bring you to this day, He brought this day to you. You've been assigned this moment. It carries your name, your imprint, your calling. And that's why it fits so perfectly, even if you can't explain it, even if others can't understand it, even if your past tells you you're not ready. God says you are. Heaven declares you are. The proof is in how the pieces are falling together. Not forced, not fabricated, just flowing. That's the signature of divine favor. It flows. And right now, it's flowing to you without resistance. Chosen one, listen again. Can you hear it? The silence that speaks louder than noise, the peace that passes understanding, the knowing that doesn't need words. That's the frequency of winning, and you're tuned into it now. October 10th is not a moment to chase. It's a moment to receive. The miracles are not just ahead of you. They're rushing toward you. They've been released. The only thing left to do is remain still enough to catch them as they arrive. Because they are arriving. Not in pieces, but in full. Not in shadows, but in light. Not in time, but in divine timing. And that timing is now. Chosen one, you have to understand what today truly means in the fabric of your destiny. October 10th is not about one breakthrough. It's about the breaking of patterns. Patterns of delay. Patterns of sabotage. Patterns of silence after every prayer. This is more than a win. This is a reset. This is divine software overriding old scripts written by trauma, fear, abandonment, and struggle. It is God pressing a holy delete button on cycles you were never meant to be trapped in. Today, you don't just step into a new chapter, you burn the old manuscript. The script that said, "You're too late. You're not enough. You'll always struggle." That story is over. You've outgrown the pain that once tried to define you. This day is sacred.